Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where Valentina has stopped back at her house for some supplies, but she grabbed those supplies at the end of last episode, so she is ready to just head on out. And so we shall. This is a very, very heavy fuel-laden craft. Perfect. So while we are separating, let's plot ourselves a bit of an escape velocity here. So really we just want to burn something kind of like this and just escape as quick as we can. And that gives us a Kerbal escape. And then this would be our final trajectory, which is fine. And we'll see about rendezvousing with the Solar Gateway at a time in the future. So we'll just orient for that burn. Unfortunately, Valentina does not have the ability to lock to maneuver node. So we will have to do this manually in physics warp. Something like that. Excellent. We'll go ahead and close this airlock. We are apparently currently tumbling away from it, which I would rather we not do. We'll just line up once more. Kind of like this. Come on, Valentina. You can do it. You know what? Close enough. And then we will go ahead and just warp to that maneuver. Excellent. Farewell, station. It was nice knowing you. She can, however, lock to prograde, and this is a prograde burn. We're going to want to burn this at T-minus 6 seconds. So I'm going to warp forward towards that a little bit. So right about now. And this is not much Delta V at all to escape the Kerbal system with a fully fueled ship at this point. I like it. I do think that bringing this engine is completely pointless. So in future, we'll probably get rid of that. Not carry this weight. But there we go. We have ourselves an escape velocity, and we're going to escape in about 36 days. So, with Valentina on her way, let's hop on back to the Space Center, and I want to take a quick look at a couple of our current timers. I also want to take a look at our contracts here. Nothing really there that we want to do. That's fine. Okay, so let's take a look at our timers. 131 days, 190 days, and of course, this is going to be a little while. So, I think we will just go ahead and warp forward a little bit here, because we don't have too much that we actually need to do other than to wait for this to happen. So that should be fine. Not sure what this box here is. Interesting. Probably not very relevant, though. So we're about to escape from Minmus right now. And then, of course, we've got quite a bit of time before we escape from the Kerbal system. So we are just going to continue our warp at a slightly higher speed. There we go. We'll take that down a bit. And Valentina has escaped. Excellent. Okay, with us now being officially escaped from the Kerbal system, we need to set the Solar Gateway as our target. We're about 0.2 degrees off. That shouldn't be a big deal. And we are currently located about here in the orbit. We need to locate a position where we can just home and transfer right on over. Something like this, although this is clearly the incorrect time to perform this burn. Is there a correct time this orbit, though? It kind of looks like there isn't, and this is what I was talking about with the launch windows. Yeah, that's not great, to be sure. Just push that out a little bit. Yeah, okay. We'll probably have to add an orbit. Which, of course, adds a tremendous amount of time to this. But this is the value of launch windows right here. We were able to get away with not doing this on Minmus, but not so much here. Now, one thing we could do is we could make our orbit sufficiently elliptical that we do something kind of like this. And actually, we could get there through wasting some DV. So, hypothetically, if we were to burn here, we could keep burning prograde. Kind of like this. We can just keep doing this, hypothetically. Like, this is a ridiculous amount of delta V to burn on this, right? Because we'd have to brake as well once we got there. So this isn't a great way to do it, but we could add in an orbit, because we don't actually care about Valentina's life support. Take a look here. It would be over here, which is, of course, indicating that this is the wrong time for this. And then we would do something kind of like this. Maybe if we were to do a radial burn, we get caught up. And that is 2 years out. So we'd have to work on other things at the time. Yeah, that's not ideal, to be sure. And this is why I should check launch windows. So, the other option that we have, of course, is I can just find an intersection off camera, because this could potentially be a while. That said, what if we were to do this, like, over here? How are we looking? So separation would be here. And then, once this is done, then we can check for finalizing this transfer. So I think that's fine. So we'll go ahead and align to that. That will, of course, be prograde. We will physics warp this. There we go. And we'll warp to that next maneuver. This will be a 1 minute 31 second burn, so we want to burn this at T minus 46 seconds. Well, 45.5 seconds. So we'll just warp towards that. And burn now. So we'll push out this apoapsis out to here, and of course our periapsis is still going to be around Kerbal orbit. So that means that we will complete an orbit faster than the solar gateway does, which means that in theory we might be able to have better luck with an intercept at the apoapsis. That's the theory anyway. Hopefully it works out. We do still have another 200 meters per second to burn here, and I'm pretty sure that we're not allowing crossfeed here, and that might be okay. We might just ditch this stage. Yeah, we probably will. So we've got about another 100 meters per second here before our apoapsis is where it needs to be. Burn time of 20 more seconds. Ten seconds. Okay, so we have now achieved virtually the same apoapsis. And of course, our target positions are going to be a little awkward for right now, but we can take a look here and see what this would look like if we were to circularize around here. That is obviously incorrect timing. So if we were to do it around here, we'd of course have to do some radial shenanigans. Let's see, this way is the correct way. And in reality, that'll definitely take some time to figure out what the orbit that we want to go for is. I just set the wrong thing as our target. There we go. That's more like it. And then I want to... I'm now confused. Which of these is our orbit? It's this one. Okay. So then the idea would be that we do a anti-normal burn sometime around here and pull our apoapsis down. That is getting us closer, to be sure. Closer-ish. Closer-ish. I mean... that would do the trick, but it's so far away. 7 years away. Yeah, that's the danger with this. For sure. And of course, if we wanted to invert our directionality and intercept like we did around Minmus, it would cost us about 17,000 DV to do that. Which is, frankly, not feasible. So that's not going to happen, but I think for right now, we're going to leave this where it's at, and in between episodes, I'm going to find us a maneuver that gets us a reasonable encounter with the Solar Gateway. And for now, we'll just hop on back to the Space Center. Check in at Mission Control. We can expand this station again. Currently supports 25 Kerbals. I think all we would have to do is dock up a module that can support 5 more Kerbals. I'm going to accept that, and we're going to check in on this. Because if that's the case, then our Solar Gateway expansion module, which we were planning on docking up to the Minmus station anyway, should achieve this. An auxiliary research lab. All we would need is the auxiliary research lab. We can maybe make that happen. Like, essentially we would send up exactly the same craft that we just sent to the Solar Gateway, except with those slight modifications that I was talking about. So, essentially, it would look... It would be the auxiliary module, and we would detach here, get rid of this decoupler, get rid of this engine, put this in like this, empty this tank. Technically, this tank isn't even necessary. So it would be something like that. But I'm going to bring the tank anyway, just because I don't want to, like, the fuel storage will be handy. So, with these changes, this should be even more efficient. So let's launch this and get this into orbit, because all we need to do is get the auxiliary research lab there. Technically, that we can then do whatever we want with it. We can send it somewhere else if we like, or just keep it on station for the moment. We can't engage SAS because we have no operational SAS modules and no pilots aboard. Right. We don't. We would want to make this into a drone. So I'm going to revert this back to the vehicle assembly. We do not need a cupola module on this. So we would get rid of that. And then we would add in a remote guidance unit. Like so. We'd attach this on top. Then we just attach this like that. Maybe toss in an advanced inline stabilizer. Or a large reaction wheel, maybe. Something like that. Okay. Let's launch this. Get this into orbit, and we'll get this docked up next episode. And I'll also have that maneuver figured out for next episode. I just didn't feel like fiddling with it right now. So, we will get this launched as soon as I've double-checked our staging. Looks correct. I mean, this is very simple, so I would hope so. Off we go. I forgot to throttle up, but we're good. So we'll start pitching over in just a moment. Right about now. This should be plenty stable to pull this off. In fact, this should probably be a little bit more stable. Okay, we're going to hold here for a moment. There we go. Aiming for that sweet, sweet 45-degree marker. One tap causes us to go so far. Oh, we're tumbling. We are tumbling. I did not expect that to be a thing right now. Okay. Well, that was exciting. Well, I guess that'll teach me for going too sharply. Luckily, we've recovered most of our speed. Okay, we're good. I think. No, we're not. We lost an engine. This is not going well at all. Okay. I think we're actually still fine. Like, our apoapsis is pretty low, right? So we need to head back up. I mean, I've definitely misplayed this. There is no doubt about that. We're just going to go to 45 degrees here and try to get out of the atmosphere. We lost an engine from the decouple, but it was the tumble that really cost us. But I'm pretty sure we can still get there. $65 kilometers. Time to apoapsis is increasing, which is fantastic. We are high enough now, so we're going to go for some horizontal speed. And we may just have to straight up burn this the whole way. But I'm pretty sure this will be fine. At least I hope it'll be fine. We're having a bit of trouble holding this attitude right now, but once we get out of the Atmo, it shouldn't be an issue. Okay, we are out of the atmosphere right now. And yeah, now it seems to be fine. We do need some more speed going through here. This is going to be interesting. We are on our way down right now. We're moving pretty quick, though. And I'm going to start not aiming quite at the horizon. I'm going to keep pointing slightly up here. We're very close to orbital speed right now. But I'm going to get us a little bit more vertical speed, fight gravity a bit, see if we can't hold ourselves out of the atmosphere a little bit longer here. And we're back in the atmosphere. Not for long. Okay. We'll hold here. We'll head to prograde. Our electric charge is draining fast, and that is a big part of our issue right now. Okay. We're going up. So, I'm going to extend our solar panels. And activate our RCS briefly. Okay, we have our electric charge under control. I forgot to add batteries, but we're fine. This is only a mildly cursed flight. So, we need to warp over towards the apoapsis. Because we need to raise our periapsis ever so slightly. This is going to kill our electric charge. Okay. That's going to be fun to deal with. Yeah, we have no electric charge. That's fine. We'll warp to here. We can deal with this. This is still recoverable. We are just going to do a quick radial burn, about like that. We'll point at that maneuver node. We'll physics warp this turn. It's about a 3-second burn. There we go. So we'll now warp to T minus 1.5 seconds. Okay, good enough. Stability assist. We'll set Minmus as our target. And at the ascending node over here, we will go ahead and warp there. We want to point to normal first, though. This is definitely a bit of a cursed flight, but we've got this under control now. No problems. Well, minor problems. But it'll be fine. Hello. We want to be anti-normal. Okay. The flight continues to be cursed. I should have double-checked. It's my own fault. We're gonna have to stage. There we go. We're about 1 degree off right now. This is good enough. we can get a Minmus intercept like this. So, at about the periapsis here, we will push out over this direction-ish. Yeah, that gets us an intercept. It's an awkward one, but it checks out. 909 meters per second. We want to burn this at T minus 45.5 seconds. So right about now. And off we go to Minmus, despite all of the issues. And this is why I overbuild. Gonna see about physics warping this burn. Just get that done a little bit quicker. Yeah, this seems to be fine. Excellent. How are we doing on that encounter? Yeah, that's fine. Oh, hello. We didn't actually have the encounter there. We overshoot? Yeah, we overshot. Well, once again, this flight continues to be cursed. This is probably fine. Like, we're gonna come in going this way, so it would come in like that. Yeah, this is fine. Completely fine. So we'll just do a quick circularization here-ish. That had a flip in it. That'll be perfect. We'll warp to that maneuver. Goodbye, Kerbal. You tried your best to keep us here, but you failed. Excellent. Okay. So, we want to burn this at T minus 9 seconds. Where is Minmus? Minmus is a ways away. That's fine. So, T minus 9 seconds, we'll warp towards that. And we will burn this right about now. There we go. That'll do. At the periapsis, we're going to do a retrograde burn, but it is a little late in the episode, so I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here, and next episode, we will dock up the cursed craft, and when I come back, I will also have our maneuver for our Solar Gateway Rendezvous set up. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.